Well, hello there, everybody. This is Thomas Delonge coming into you for another fun-filled, adventurous podcast. It's 11:15 p.m. on November 1st, and I just left the offices. Had a lot of fun on our little site here. Modlife is going to be so cool. It's going to get so much better. Where this site is like a test version to see how this whole process works for our band to interact with our fans, and but the real deal Holyfield system we're building is going to be so much cooler. So I'm excited. I know I keep saying that. I'm too fucking redundant. It's really dark. I'm driving right now on imagine this, a long windy road going about 38 miles an hour. Lots of tall trees. Not a car to be seen. Every once in a while, a deer will jump out. The sketchiest thing, and I'm going to tell you right now, the sketchiest thing is every once in a while in this place, there's no street lights, right? Super dark. There's a dude every once in a while on the corner of the street that has long blonde hair. He stares you right in the eye as he hitchhikes. Now, keep in mind, it's pitch black out here. And when you come up on him, you have like crazy lights coming off your car. They're like bright. And you know he can't see shit. But somehow he looks you right in the eye through your xenon bulbs on your car. On your German-made car that I have here. I've always thought, honestly, that they need better suction devices. Or they just need to create a suction device that comes out of the dashboard of the car as you're driving. It attaches to your groin. And it just does its thing, but we don't need to talk about that right now. I'm going to tell you a little tidbit. When I got really into UFOs, this is good, I can go into UFOs, I told you I'd do this. When I got really into UFOs, I don't even know how I got onto it. Basically, I was in 7th grade, and I went to the library at school, and I was like, what book am I going to read? I said, I want to read the UFO books, and it just came out of nowhere. I just thought that would be cool. So I went and got some, and I got into it. Then I got really, when I signed to MCA Records, playing the very first record deal we did, first time I brought money home, I bought a computer with the only purpose was to go on the internet and look at UFO stuff. And I did, so I got crazy into it because I was curious about the universe. I knew that there was other things going on besides us. Because Hubble, a space telescope, took a 1-inch by 1-inch picture outside in our atmosphere of the universe, the open universe. Just 1 inch, and in that 1-inch picture was 10,000 galaxies. So I always knew there was something else going on out there. And so I was way into UFOs. I called up this guy that was working for 10 years to out the secret. And he was a famous researcher and super tied in to government insiders. And I flew him out to a show, and it was the most incredible experience over the next couple months as I hung out with this guy. And the one thing he did was never let go of his backpack. He carried around this backpack everywhere he went, always had his hand on it. And he handed me 38 hours of top secret testimony. There's people from the Vatican on there. There's people from Boeing, spacecraft, like NASA. There's these people from NASA talking about how their sole purpose is to work in the photo labs of NASA and airbrush out UFOs that were following the space shuttle's missions. There's one guy in that same thing where he said he saw photos of the moon with structures all over the backside of the moon. There's another guy on there that worked for a crash retrieval team where he would get beeped with a certain group of guys and go and retrieve crash alien craft. There's Edgar Allan Mitchell, the sixth man to walk on the moon, is on there talking about all this stuff. I mean, there's two people from different administrations that were solely in charge of all the maintenance and inventory of our nuclear weapons. And they're on there talking about how every time they would test a nuclear weapon to go to space, a UFO would fly into the frame and disable the weapon in the middle of the atmosphere, and it would fizzle out and burn away. And they would say it was very obvious that these alien spacecraft would not allow nuclear weapons in space. It's weird. I'm telling you this stuff, and it's real. I have it at my house. So I flew out to his house, hung out in the basement with him, where he had boxes and boxes of top secret documents. I saw this one page that had like 20 pictures in it, and each picture had Department of Naval Intelligence written at the bottom, and they were color slides of a UFO floating over the desert floor from like 20 feet away. It was really mind-blowing to see this stuff. I know a couple guys that work in black government programs, top secret stuff, for Lockheed Martin Skunk Works, which built like our stealth fighters and our SR-71 Blackbird. And Lockheed Martin actually built Area 51 to test all the spy planes they're making. And these guys knew and would openly talk to me about UFOs and how we've had discs for quite a long time and back engineering them, and pretty insane stuff. I'm going to tell you more. I'm going to put up some of this video on the site here shortly. But I want you guys to know that this would be a great podcast to listen to as you're going to sleep. I'm hungry. I just pulled into my driveway. It's 11:21, and I'm tired. Do you know what I'm going to stop doing? I'm going to stop telling you about how cool my website's going to be, and I'm going to stop telling you how tired I am. What am I? I'm such a pussy. There's a beehive above my garage. Do you ever do that? Do you ever walk out and just notice there's like this big mud beehive being developed like in the corner of like part of your house? It's scary, because what if they're killer bees? And not killer like California killer, and not like, dude, those are killer bees. Like killer is a bad killer, like they kill you. Do you know that the word gay means happy? And it sucks because it's kind of like the name Hitler or Adolf. You can never use the name Adolf again because of what Hitler did to it. And you can never use the word gay to say you're happy because of what a bunch of naked men did with each other. Actually, I have this one friend of mine, he's gay, and he's a really awesome dude, and he just made out with a girl. And I told my wife, I was like, that's gross. And I said that as though it was gross for him to kiss a girl. And I was like, that was the first time I ever did that. Usually it's the opposite, but I was like, fuck, you can't kiss a girl. That'd be sick. That'd be disgusting. He's gay. What am I talking about right now? I heard a good joke the other day, but I can't remember it. You know what's crazy? The funny thing about me and the other guys in the band is that we're exactly like you. We have no idea why you're listening to us or listening to me at this moment talk. But I have friends. I grew up skateboarding, I'm playing guitar, and saying stupid jokes. But I didn't want to end up working in the same place as everyone else in cubicles or for corporate America or for like a pet store or something. I don't know why I said pet store, but I don't know. I'm going to tell you a little piece of advice. You can do anything you want, and you can be anything you want, and you can experience anything you want. There's only one thing you need to do, and that is have the slightest bit of vision to see it. Because if you can't see it happening, then it will never happen. This has been great. I'm going to stop. Good night. This is what it sounds like when I breathe heavy into this handheld device.